Good evening, fellow treble winners. How are you doing? Manchester City are back in action tomorrow night against Liverpool. I've just noticed that there's a little Mario block there. That's from my son doing that. Just ignore that. Question marks everywhere. Question marks everywhere currently. City are back tomorrow morning, midday. And I'm already looking forward to the game. I'm already in the mood for this. I went and did an interview today, and I know what was I thinking with TalkSport earlier on today, and it's been I've been going through the grind today, as you can see there, and I've been getting a lot of abuse. So I'm well up for this game of football. When I talked about the City Liverpool, I didn't talk about it. It was all about the charges and all that kind of stuff, and I can't wait for this game of football because I'm very up for this game of football. It should be an awful lot of fun. This is the title race. We can't deny it. We absolutely can't deny it. It's one of those things where this early on, it feels crazy to say that. But Liverpool right now are a cracking team. Liverpool right now are in second. I'll show you the table as where it currently stands. And right now, we are the ones top. They're 1 point behind us alongside Arsenal. Spurs currently 2 points behind us, of course. Villa are only 3 points behind us. United way back in sixth, of course, their usual spot. But right now, there's 5 teams up there. Impressive for Villa and Spurs giving everything. But Liverpool are back, probably where they belong. After a fallow season last year, Liverpool, I've always felt, have been our closest rivals over the past several years. They're the best team that we played. And it's going to be one of those things where we'll have to just see where we are in a couple of months in terms of the title challenges, but we can't deny that this game right now has connotations in terms of confidence, in terms of belief and all that kind of stuff. Liverpool, if they get a result at us, and they rarely do at the Etihad Stadium, they'll be absolutely up for it. Ben in the chat saying, don't blame the Mario. No, that is definitely mine. It is, but he's turned it on and put it there. I'm a Mario nerd. I'm a Zelda Nintendo nerd. I can't deny that. But the location, that's on Ruben. But then this game, anyway. Look, the international break has been boring. I can't deny that. I'm not a fan of the international break, mainly because I'm a Man City fan. I'm not really an England fan. I watch him every now and then, but largely I'm in it for Manchester City, as I have been all my life. And it's felt like a long couple of weeks, especially given the fact that the last game, of course, was the Chelsea draw, which was so sort of contentious and not really the most positive of results. It was a great game, but not really the most positive for as a Manchester City fan. So I've been dying to talk about Manchester City again and get back in action. And this is what we've got. We've got this incredibly big game, incredibly important game, a title race game already, and it's at the Etihad. Now, generally, we do have a good record against Liverpool at the Etihad. I think we've won something like 23 home games in a row anyway, not against Liverpool, but overall, we've won them all this year in 2023. I think 15 from 15 in 2023. We've got an exceptional home record. I think last time we played Liverpool, was it 4-1 or something like that? I don't know, but our record against Liverpool is just good. It's just good. And that's I didn't feel bad at Etihad good. And that's what gives me a little bit of confidence here. Things have changed quite a bit. Admittedly, the team is different to last season, but so is Liverpool's. Liverpool's have changed an awful lot too. Their team has been evolving, a different midfield and so on. And the team that we're going to be playing against Liverpool is a very different one. I mean, this is where Liverpool are now. Of course, the last result was a 3-0 win, but they did go all the way to France to lose. And of course, he drew 1-1 against Luton before that. Not too impressive against Bournemouth, but they did go through as well. Against Brentford, of course, they were back to their winning best. But still, Brentford gave them a reasonably hard time. This is how they're currently lining up as a Liverpool side. You can see there they've got quality, but it's not the same Liverpool of old. It is a different Liverpool. The likes of Henderson, Thiago. It used to be Wijnaldum, of course. It used to be Firmino and Mane, but now you've got the likes of Jota, Gakpo, Endo, Szoboszlai, Darwin Núñez, Tsimikas at left back currently. It's a very different Liverpool side, so we've got to be aware of that. As much as we changed, they have as well. They are still a good side. They are a good side, but they are very much a work in progress, and they do have their own flaws as well, like we do, I think. I think we've got some flaws too. I think we are still learning in a post-Gundo world, in a post-Mahrez world, how we play, and I think that's absolutely fine. But we're still top of the table, and that's where we want to be. It's one of those things where Liverpool have sort of they've had some defensive problems. They've conceded quite a few goals this season at times and a few chances, and they've done that a few times as well at the Etihad in the past. I hope that carries on. Guardiola, of course, was an absolute bang-on form. Of course, the press conference. If you all watch press conference, by the way, I can post them now on my Facebook page. Esteemed Company, go and follow on Facebook. I've got the whole video over there. You can go and watch it over there if you want to. go watch over there. But Pep was in absolutely cracking form. That line, I will not consider my future if I won League One. I'll be more likely to stay. All he was asked today was about the charges. And I'll go through the quotes from today. Okay, he talks about Liverpool first. I'll go through that. Where do we start? Basically, he started with Liverpool. He said, I think we're all friends. Time goes forward. 8 years of Liverpool, not the same team as the start, but they're similar. But Trent can play inside, but the ideas are similar. Always they've been our best rivals. The top club, top team, looking forward to it. It's true. They have been our biggest rivals, and the idea that there isn't a rivalry is just not true. Liverpool fans can pretend that there's no rivalry, but there is. Rivalries formed on the pitch, and I think it's fair to say the fans don't like each other, which also means there's a rivalry off the pitch too. So we can't deny that anymore. He is right that it's different to Barca and Madrid. He said it's different. I think it's different. The last decade since I've been here, they've been our best rivals, but every compliment to Liverpool and Man City to still be here. It's very different. He doesn't go on for generations, I admit that. But there's a chance that it could do eventually, you know. Liverpool are incredibly well run these days, but let's see how it goes after Guardiola, after Klopp, you know. It could be very different. The big news, of course, is that Haaland is hopefully available, you know. He traded with some niggles, but he's hopefully a final part of the final session, and he could be around. I think he's going to be fine, you know. I haven't actually, Alvida said, saw you on TalkSport. Simon Jordan's dialogue afterwards was quite petty. Do you know what? I've not even heard what he said, Alvida said. I've not actually watched what he said in the video because I've not gone near the comments. So I only know what I said, but I've not seen what Simon Jordan said afterwards. But Simon Jordan being petty, the two things go hand in hand. And you could imagine what gesture I could make with these hands if I wanted to. And that would pretty much sum up how I feel about Simon Jordan. So I'll leave that to your imagination there. I did my best anyway. Guardiola talks about Everton because he was asked about Everton. He said, I'm not going to say one word about Everton because I don't know the reality of what happened, which is true. There are two completely different cases, which is so basically obvious that I'm so annoyed that people can't get this. So I know people saying, why don't Man City go to the conference? But let's wait. Yeah, it's simply that, make the gesture, you coward. It was obviously simply just going to be a friendly wave, noisy neighbours. It could have been the old friends. Or it could have been another one, which you think it definitely wasn't a thumbs up. He's a whopper indeed. He took issue with the players rightfully earned their trophies, which is nonsense. The players did earn their trophies. That's what I keep... Basically, my argument was that the players have earned their trophies. Look, I understand people may say that we had the money that... the argument is that City had money that he shouldn't have spent. But those players aren't guilty of anything individually. That has always been my argument, which is why I will enjoy their football. Bernardo Silva is not a cheat. Kevin De Bruyne is not a cheat. Rodri is not a cheat, depending on who you ask. Depending on Arsenal fans, maybe. But they are not cheats individually. Their success and their hard work has merit. Look, the idea where the money came from to buy them can be debated all you want, but they are not cheaters. I don't feel like they've been taking drugs and cheating or whatever. You know, that's my argument entirely. I feel their integrity as footballers is absolutely there. And that's how I've always felt about this situation. And I understand the other argument. Yeah, but if you didn't have the money, they wouldn't be there. I get that, but they are not cheats because someone spent money on them to buy them. Look, they are just doing their job. And that's what I remember. I'm not going to sit there. It's funny because I sit there and go, was Kevin De Bruyne that good? Yeah, he was that good. But actually, he wasn't that good because the accountants spent money that they shouldn't have done. What? Doesn't make any sense. It's a stupid argument. De Bruyne was still that good. Aguero was still that good. Haaland was still that good. David Silva was still that good. The football was still that entertaining. The matches were still that intense. That has always been my point. Like backroom staff doesn't change any of that. It doesn't change what happens in terms of the integrity of what they did on the pitch from me as individuals. So I do admire their football. I do admire their dedication and work rate. I do. And that's my point entirely. Whatever the result may be, I don't think it changes what Kevin De Bruyne accomplished as a footballer. I don't think it does because that is built... Look, that more money is not making him work harder. That's not how it works. They are there because they are great footballers, you know? And that was always my point, you know? And I think it's totally fair to judge the playing staff fairly, you know, because they're not cheating. They're not cheating. And if you turn around and say, well, City spent money they shouldn't have spent on, you know... There are some new rules that came in to stop clubs spending money because to protect the... I really... This is not me being conspiracy theories, by the way. I do, hand on heart, believe that big clubs, established big clubs, lobbied UEFA, Premier League or whatever, to introduce rules that would stop people spending loads of money because it meant they could catch up to them. I've always believed that has been the case. And ultimately, it was Chelsea were allowed to do it. They've got there, and City all of a sudden the rules weren't. They were not allowed to do it. But it's fine for them. It was fine for Liverpool, when the Moores family owned them, the people who ran the football pools, and they could spend loads of money. It was fine then, But one day someone said, no, it's not fine, and that was meant to be, okay, now you're cheats if you don't. That's what I've always found a bit weird. Ultimately, it's just about buying footballers with rich owners, and loads of teams have benefited from rich owners, but suddenly it's now become you're not allowed to, actually. It's always drove me mad because this idea that City have just changed everything. No, they weren't. Happened forever. It's always happened. Money's always spoken football. But now someone said, so many clubs got together and said, you can't do it anymore. Anyway, Guardiola once again reiterated that the Everton things are different cases. All I know from lawyers is Everton is a completely different case. Yeah. And he's not changed his views on the 150 charges at all. He was asked once again about squad fitness. He said, we have a few problems, the same as many clubs. We'll see in the training session. We'll see tomorrow. At 6 p.m, we'll know for sure which players we'll have tomorrow. Always it's plan A. Honestly, I couldn't expect to be in this position at the start. We have 5 teams so tight, but we are there. It's an important game, but there's more to come. December is so tight. We have the World Cup in Saudi Arabia. Yeah, I mean, I think he's right to say that, we are where we are right now. I was a bit surprised to be top of the table as well. It's gone really well. I thought, I'm not surprised. So City top of the table is never surprising, but I thought it might be more of a transition than it is. But we're doing really well, and I think that's down to the quality that we've got. He talked about Klopp. He said he makes me a better manager through his teams, the transitions, the space they're making behind Nunes, Salah. They have a fantastic team, no doubts. Yeah, and then of course he went back to the FFP again. He said, "You're questioning me like we've been punished. At the moment, we're innocent." We're innocent until proven. Wait until it's decided, then I'll tell you. And he had that great line about, I said he's more likely to stay at Man City if they're in League One. I love that from Guardiola. I absolutely love it. And he's bang on right, man. This is all I ask. This is all I ask is that treat it fairly. And ultimately, I've been arguing with people all day online, and the replies to this are an absolute mess. And Noisy once again, I did quote you for that. Thank you very much. I thought I'd get it in. And it's true, man. It is true. But this is football. We are hated. I understand why people hate us if they think we've done something wrong. And ultimately, my argument has always been the same. If we have done something wrong and we're found guilty, I will accept it. But will that change how I feel about Man City as a club? No. Will I feel like I've lost some trust in the owners? Probably, yeah. But will it change how I feel about Manchester City broadly? No, because to me, the owners aren't Manchester City. Manchester City is 100-odd years of history and footballers and memories and fans and goals and celebrations and moments. It is not who opens the bank, who opens the purse and spends the money. It has never been that to me. It never will be. So that's the point I always make. I will not care. I will move on. But let's look at this game anyway. Of course, City's last game was the Chelsea game. It was a 4-4 absolute crazy roller coaster of a ride. This is how we lined up for that game. We played Akanji alongside Rodri. We had Doku on the left, Bernardo, Alvarez, Foden, Haaland, Walker, Diaz, and Josko Vardy. I'm expecting to see some changes. Now, I think some players are back in training. Let me double check who is. The good news is that all the injuries that we were worried about, they haven't all come to fruition. There were some that pulled out over the international break, and we were worried, are they going to be available or not? But it turns out a lot of it was just worries. But it feels like, actually, I'm trying to get the list of injuries right now. It feels like some of it was just precautionary, basically. So Ederson, Ake, Gomez, Rodri, and Haaland were all back in training, which is very good news. Which leads me to the team. No Stones. So based on it, it'll be Ederson. I think Josko will start again. Maybe Ake could. Kyle Walker will be at right back. What do we all reckon? Diaz will play, I think. He had a stinker the other day, but I think he'll get a game again. I think Ake is going to play this game against Salah, because Ake's had a good game before. And I think Akanji, I think Josko will be on the bench, unfortunately for him. Sorry, Josko in the chat there. I think it will be Rodri. Rodri will play. I think Foden starts out here. I think he plays Jack. Look, I know you want Doku, but I think he's going to play Jack. I think he's going to... Look, after the Chelsea game, he's absolutely going to want control. He's going to want control. I've got no doubt whatsoever he's going to crave it. I think there's a temptation. Look, Here's where I'm confused. Does he play Kovacic? Will he play Kovacic? Or will he play Bernardo? Or will he drop Alvarez? This is where I'm not sure. Like, I think he wants to play Kovacic here. But then who do you drop? Alvarez, Foden, Bernardo? It gets very complicated. I still think he won't play Kovacic, though. I think what he'll do is, once again, I think he'll play Bernardo Silva. I think he'll play Silva here. And I think this will be Alvarez. I think he's going to want a bit more control, which is why Cover's injured. No, you're right. Cover is injured, which absolutely solves it. Oh, tired, lack of sleep. Arguing with whoppers all day. There we go. That solves it. We won't play Nunez. He won't play Calvin Phillips, obviously. Of course, he's not going to play Calvin Phillips. Sorry, Calvin Phillips. I think it's going to be this. This man will be Erling up top. I think it's going to be that. I'm not against that idea, Musa, like Alvarez. Alvarez is he's not in his greatest form right now, but there's something about the home game of the Etihad. I think he'll sort of fancy that team. It is possible he drops Alvarez, but, I think it's going to be something like this. And to be honest, look, I'm up for this game. I really am. There will be a watch-along tomorrow, of course, so do join me for it. And I've got a feeling... I mean, we could see Rico as well. That's a good point from the noisy lads in the chat. Who's this, by the way? Who's in the chat? Is it Joey or Mulv in the chat? I guess it's Mulv, I reckon. But either way, it could be Rico. Alvarez off the bench. That'd be interesting. I don't think Pep's quite ready to give up on Alvarez's form right now. He's not having a stinker, but his form is sort of dropped a little bit. I'm going to guess we're going to see Alvarez. I think it'll be that. And I'm going to go for a victory as well. I think it's going to be a 2-1. I think it's going to be a really good game. But we can't deny that, Liverpool are... aside, sort of rejuvenated. They've got their own a few problems here and there, but I'm expecting Liverpool to be something like Alisson. I wrote some notes earlier. Alexander-Arnold, Kanate, Van Dijk, Tsimikas, of course. Tsimikas playing on the left. I want Foden running at Tsimikas because he's in great form, Foden, right now, and I think that's a weak point. Bernardo or Tsimikas running at them. I wouldn't even be asked about Doku going over the right every now and then to run Tsimikas. But I think Foden can step up against Liverpool. He does it often. I think the midfield would be McAllister. Gravenberch. Isn't Gravenberch a bit of a doubt, I think? But if it's not, it'll be Gravenberch, McAllister, Szoboszlai. Then I think it'll be probably Salah. I think Jota will start with Gakpo, I reckon. Something like that. Salah, of course, is always the danger man. I think... Ake, though, has to play in this game, I think. Guardiola didn't have a great game against Chelsea. Not that he's done anything wrong, but I think if I was Guardiola, I would go for Ake because I think Ake is just very good in these kind of games, man. And I do think Doku as well. It might be harsh, but I think after the Chelsea game, Pep will just want a little bit of control, not chaos. So I think he's going to go for that. This is what my prediction is. But anyway, guys, that is my match preview. I would beg you, go support me in the comments on Talk Sports video if you want to. Where is it? There we go. You want to go and support me over there? I've not even clipped it because I can't be bothered looking. I will get rinsed over there. That was a super chat, by the way, from William. Super William says, Bernardo masterclass incoming. He hates Liverpool. Remember when you refused to clap when you played them at home after they won the league? Come on, City. I do remember, mate. My mum's ringing everyone. I'll just quickly answer. 1 second. I'm doing a video. Bye-bye. That's my mum, bless her. She said, I'm sorry. It's okay, mum. It's that time when she's driving over work, so she always rings me. Because I'm a lovely family person. William says, Bernardo masterclass. This is the video, mate, over here. And I do remember it because it's absolutely wonderful. One of my favourite videos of all time. I did someone. The irony of that is someone replied to me about this, but I enjoyed it with this insane reply. Are your parents horrible as well? What? That's mad. What? Because I found Bernardo not caring funny. People lose their minds over football. I found it funny that Bernardo was lazy in a guard of honour, so apparently it makes my parents horrible. That's my mum there, by the way, on the phone. I should have told that, shouldn't I? But William, I agree, mate. He does hate Liverpool, and absolutely, I've got no doubt he'd be really up for this. He always is. Always is, absolutely. I think Bernardo, just something about Liverpool fans. I think he goes in at it, William, and I think he's used to all the nonsense that comes his way online, and Masterclass. Look, one of Bernardo's best ever games, in my opinion, was at home in 2019, I think it was, when we beat him 2-1, the famous Aguero celebration, that one. Bernardo was alongside Fernandinho that day and everywhere. He was electric as playing as a midfielder, and I can't wait to see how it goes. Anyway, for now, I'm going to leave it there, guys. William, you're a legend. All you guys are legends. Please like this video. Watch along tomorrow. Join me from about midday. It'll be good fun. You're all awesome. If you want to watch the press conference once again, it is over on my Facebook page. Go and give it a check. Wait, that's the wrong tab. There we go. You can see it over there. I'm posting a lot on Facebook at the moment. I'm just trying to grow my socials and all that. Be a good YouTuber. You're all superstars. Catch you all in a bit. Ruben's come to say bye-bye. Where is he? Where's the little man? Oh, he's brought me some sweets. Come there. Ruben, what is your prediction? His prediction is snacks.
3-1.
What's your prediction, mate? Absolutely no prediction whatsoever from this beautiful little man. God, you beautiful. No, nothing. I mean, there's like 5 screens in front of him and a lot of lights. Guys, thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Oh, he's turning the mic off anyway. In a bit. See you tomorrow for the watch along. Bye.